I wanted to put myself to the test. I wanted to see if I could live up to what I've told people I could do for them. Now, before I tell you about this test, let me just tell you a little bit first about this job. Now, he's going to tape and joint everything. But what he said is, it's an absolute pig to get up here on his ladders. We're going to skim the ceiling for him, just so it's done once and he never has to get back up there again because it's so high. Show him, look, there's the top of the patio doors to give you a reference for the height. So we're going to skim this, and then he's eventually, when he's put all the services in, going to finish this ceiling off, and the walls can be tied in, and they'll tape and joint all that. So that's not down for us to do. We're just going to skim this bit. The customer has got for us Lotis 2000L. So we'll see what that's like. Right. Not messing around, the French are they with 33 kilogram bags. Hey, this is like old school. We used to have 50 kilogram bags of plaster. Lovely and light. Oh. I wanted to see if I could live up to what I've told people. You see, for years I've been saying that if you were to pick me up out of Ellesmere Port and drop me down south in the country somewhere, that I'd be able to get work within a week and get me diary busy. Now, with my social media presence, this would be quite hard to test. So, I was recently working in the south of France, and I thought this would be the ultimate opportunity to see if what I was saying was for real or not. Now, the full system involves using Google, social media, and other tradespeople, but two of those were out of the equation. I didn't have enough time to set up a Google business profile in France, and also I couldn't speak French, so I couldn't use other tradesmen. But one thing I could do was use social media to my advantage. So just using part of my system, I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So I was already in France doing this job, but to prove this point I had to get another job completely organically. But I couldn't target the French because I don't speak French whatsoever. So instead, I thought I'd target expats. Now, I was in the south of France. Unfortunately for me, there's tons and tons of expat Facebook groups, so I joined a load of those first. I joined about 6 of the main expat Facebook groups. Now, when you do this, you need to do 4 specific types of Facebook post. You need to do appreciation posts, you need to do value posts, and you need to do conversation starters. And finally, you need to do adverts. Now, the idea of these different types of posts are, first off, appreciation posts. This is basically how you market yourself. You get people to know who you are and get to see the real you so they start to like you. The next type of post you do is a value post. And by doing these, you show people that you know what you're talking about, and you demonstrate that you're a bit of an expert in whatever your trade is. The third type of post is what I call a conversation starter. These type of posts generate lots of attention around you, so people get to see who you are a little bit. You put yourself on people's radar. And finally, after you've done those type of posts successfully for a couple of days, you're then ready to post your advert to let people know that you're available for work. Now, alongside doing these posts, there's also 2 other type of Facebook posts that we do, and that is basically to generate lots and lots and lots of attention around you. And it's very simple to do, simply by asking people for recommendations, because people love to recommend somebody that they know. And this is exactly what I did. I followed this exact routine to the T. I consistently posted over the 2 weeks that I was there in France initially, and this job came about almost straight away from it. There was a load of inquiries, but this was the closest to us. Now, when I went out to meet the customer, I then went through my routine. Now, people might think that this is some sort of trick, some sort of sales gimmick, but it's ultimately not. You will find that whenever you go and price a job, you literally go through the same routine over and over again. Now, whether you've given that routine much thought or not, I don't know. But my routine basically goes like this. The first thing I do starts on the first phone call. I make sure with using scheduled messages that the customer understands that I'm very punctual. And then when I turn up, I show absolute respect for them and their home and their time. Now, the second thing that I do when I meet them is I find common ground as fast as possible. I want me and the customer to feel like old friends, like we've known each other for years. The third thing, after finding common ground, is I demonstrate value. I need the customer to know that I know what I'm doing. So I try and demonstrate that I'm an expert. Now, by doing this, the customer has full confidence in me, and it's quite easy to do. After that, I want to handle any objections and price face to face. Now, granted, people don't like doing this because it creates a little bit of tension. I've got a few little sales techniques that you can use to literally lift the tension so there's no awkwardness pricing face to face, and the customer feels really relaxed, letting you know what their budget is. And then once you've found out what the budget is, you can just make sure that you're within the customer's budget. This way, you will probably end up getting paid a little bit more than what you would if you were just charging day rate, but also the customer's happy because they're within what they wanted to pay and they don't feel ripped off. This is a win-win for everyone, and it's how I price almost every single job. Now, as you can see, the fact that I'm doing this job was a testament to myself that I passed my own little test. Now, you're probably watching this thinking, oh, great, Kirk, you passed your own little test, but what the hell has that got to do with us? Why are you telling us? Well, let me explain. Over the last couple of months, I've been talking to lots and lots of tradesmen, and I'm getting the same story across the board. Older fellas that are fantastic at doing the job, very proficient, good tradesmen. They're clean, they're punctual, all the rest of it. The problem is they're still relying on word of mouth. Now, word of mouth is king, and it always has been. But the thing is, in 2025, word of mouth has moved online. Where people used to pass your business card over the fence to neighbours and pass it around the pub and things like that, it doesn't happen like that anymore. Word of mouth has moved onto social media. So if you aren't on social media, then you are basically just losing out on loads of work. Now, what I've done is I've put together a step-by-step system. Now, I've got a free ebook for this, and there's a link in the description of this video. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description of this video. You can just get yourself a free ebook. But I've also put together a course where I help you hands-on, me and you working together. We have live calls, we have one-on-ones, and there's the whole step-by-step system there. To see if you'd be a good fit, because I don't want to waste your time or my own, but to see if you're a good fit, you can jump on a call. Just go into the link in the description and book a call. We'll speak to you and see if we can help you, and if we can, let's do something together. But if not, no hard feelings. The free ebook's still there for you. Now, if you're watching this on Facebook, the link is in my bio. I'll also put it in the comments. And if you're watching this on TikTok, the only place we can put a clickable link is in my bio, so the link will be in the bio. Guys, I'm looking to try and help a small number of people. So if it's you, then click the link. Let's get a call booked and let's get something done. And also, you're probably wondering, how did that ceiling turn out? Well, I can just say that French plaster is absolutely gorgeous to use, and it come down perfect. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you on the next one.